Today we're going to be carving rubber stamps out of erasers. This is definitely an activity for older children, older elementary school and middle school. And one of the main reasons is because we're going to use this. This is a linoleum block carver. These come from the art store, and they have a pretty sharp blade, and I was going to show you that these come with some extra blades in here, so you can do different thicknesses of line. So if you have older children who are trying to get a particular type of line, that's really nice. They also come like this in just a wooden handle. And then the erasers we're going to use are these that I bought in a big box from Office Depot. So they do sell at the art store rubber blocks that you can carve into. This is a nice big one, but the thing is that these are all expensive. So you know, if you have some older kids who are doing a particularly detailed project, those would be great. If you're just trying this out with you know, elementary school kids or with older kids for the first time, this is all you're going to need. So I'm going to start with a rubber eraser, a couple out just in case, and then the first thing we want to do is think about a design. And most of the time when we do these, we're doing a negative space design, which means we're going to carve something into the eraser, and then when we print it on paper, we're going to see the design as a negative space. You certainly can also do like positive prints with these, but that requires like carving out around the shape and giving the shape a little texture, so that can be, again, a more sophisticated thing for older children to do. So typically what I start with kids is to draw their design onto a rubber eraser. Let's see, I'm going to do something sort of simple here. And if they're going to do words, it's always important to tell them first that everything's going to be backwards. So you have to write backwards when you're doing this, because of course once you turn it upside down and stamp it, you're going to get a mirror, a reverse image on there. So that's an important thing to know. And then the next step is to carve. So again, these are pretty sharp blades, and it's really important to teach children to carve away from themselves with these. So it looks something like this. You can see that the rubber from the eraser will just come right out of there. It's tricky to get curves here. And then the next choice would be, do I want just a line, or do I want to carve out this in here to make a bigger negative space? So let me finish this and then figure out how I want to do that. So these are designed for cutting linoleum blocks, and linoleum blocks come in sizes like this at the art store. And a linoleum block is a piece of wood with linoleum laminated on top of it, and so it's a very similar technique. The nice thing about these is they're really soft, so younger children can do these without you know, having to press really hard and hurt them. I mean, I wouldn't do a linoleum block with anybody younger than middle school, because it's difficult, and the tool is a lot harder to push, and then you can end up, you know, injuring yourself, because it's really easy to skip and go right into your finger. Alright, so I'm going to take out this middle part, take out the whole middle part. And sometimes you need to experiment a little bit and do your cuts, and then sometimes go back and carve out a little more to make sure that you have enough of a line or a deep enough space so that you're not getting kind of shadow lines from the eraser underneath. gives you an idea there. And now the next thing I'm going to do is to see how it looks on paper. Some of these out of the way. So a little bit. An ink pad works really well for this, or you can always use paint. I always like to use paint for my rubber stamps. Okay, let's see what happens when we print it onto paper. So there we go.